And so as manufacturers, producers and importers, there are solutions to your foreign exchange challenges.
Awesome. Hello, I'm Sandra, Comfort Zone Manufacturing.
Mr. Frank, Amigo Manufacturing.
Fantastic presentation, by the way.
Thank you.
You sounded so confident in your presentation. How are you coping with the current economic recession in the country? You know, as manufacturers we are largely dependent on local market. Many of our finished goods are piled up in the warehouse. Because demands from buyers have reduced, what do you think is the way out?
You are right actually, I'm also experiencing the same situation. The current decline is making it difficult.
Confident in your presentation, how are you coping with the current economic recession in the country? You know, as manufacturers we are largely dependent on local market. Many of our finished goods are piled up in the warehouse. Because demands from buyers have reduced, what do you think is the way out?
You are right actually, I'm also experiencing the same situation. The current decline is making it difficult to sell locally. But I'm already preparing to take advantage of the African Continental Free Trade Area, AFCFTA.
AFCFTA?
Are you not aware of the fact that the whole of Africa have come together to sign an agreement to trade together duty-free? And that means, after manufacturing my products I can ship it to 53 African countries without payment of duty.
Awesome.
Which is an extra market for me. This program is starting next year and I'm already preparing to take advantage of it.
Wow, thank you so much. How are you going about it? And how can I also prepare for it?
Well, I'm currently training myself and other staffs to take advantage of this. And I've found an executive diploma program in export business from the American Institute of Extended Studies to enable me achieve this.
This is great, thanks so much for the information. How can I also enroll for this program?
To register for an executive diploma in export business management and take advantage of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement,
simply call 0809-124-4449 or send an email to tradacademy@3timpex.com.
Welcome, sir. This is the second time I'm coming to see you. I need to know how to go about this export business. Please do relax, sir. With all due respect, I need to see a manager. You guys need to be able to give me enough information about this export business. I'm sorry, sir. The bank is a financial institution. We offer financial advice to the best of our knowledge. This is just waste of time. My manager might be able to give you some recommendations. Please do hold on. Hello, sir. Please do come with me to my office. So I was told you needed information on export business. Well, sir, a lot of opportunities have passed by me in the past few months. I have received so many orders for my product and services abroad I just don't know how to go about it. Well, it's a good thing you came here today. One of Nigeria's foremost trade consulting firm 3T Impex now provides export support services for both intending and existing exporters. Really? Support services like? Well, name it. Export market advisory, export product advisory, export skill acquisition e-learning, export pricing advisory, export contract advisory, export paperwork advisory, export finance advisory, to mention just a few. Wow, this is like a dream come true. How do I contact them to know more? Simply call 0809-124-4449 or send a mail to tradacademy@3timpex.com. Export service designed just for you. Subscribe to 3T Export Support Services now. Wow, man, you are doing quite good. You are not doing bad yourself.
How is your business doing these days, with the economic decline here and there? You don't look like you are being affected at all.
Well, it's affecting everyone. I just found a way of, expanding market for my services.
Really? Tell me more.
Let's talk in my office. So basically, I found a way of taking my services to other countries in the world. Hence, I don't have to depend so much on the current economic situation in our country.
Oh my god, this is awesome. But how did you go about it?
Well, thanks to 3T Impex and American Institute of Extended Studies, I was able to acquire skills and competence to take my skills to the world. Through Executive Diploma in Service Export Management.
That's just great. Is this program just for everyone? You know I am not into ICT service like you.
Well, the following services and many more can be exported. They are ICT, professional services, management consulting, marketing, training and education, engineering and architectural services, entertainment services, customer services and call center, graphics and photography, HR-related services. Don't get me started on the benefits. Earning in foreign exchange, increased sales volume and so much more.
I'm not waiting to hear more. I'm calling 08036522946 right away.
You can also send a mail to tradacademy@3timpex.com.
That's it. I'm signing up right away.
To sign up or know more about our services, simply call 08036522946 or send a mail to tradacademy@3timpex.com.
Hey Paul. What a surprise to see you. In the port, of all places.
Life is full of surprises, I guess.
You and this your sense of humor. I came to relax at the riverbank before I sighted you. So, what on earth brings you to the port?
Actually, I came to oversee the export of my products.
You must be joking, right?
No, I'm not.
When did you start producing? Not to talk of exporting?
I actually started some few months ago. I now produce and export processed food items. And basically I am here to oversee the shipment myself.
Wow. It's been barely 15 months since I last saw you. Won't you tell me how all this happened?
Of course I will. Let's go grab a sit.
So how did you become an exporter in such a short time?
Well, the last time we met I told you of my plans on exiting paid employment. So I was looking out for a business to go into. A few weeks later, I came across a training program organized by 3T Impex Trade Academy, one of Nigerian's foremost trade consulting companies.
Really?
Yes, the training is tagged From Export Novice to Export Legend.
Sounds great. Tell me more.
After 6 months I completed the Diploma in Export Business Management. And in another 6 months, I successfully produced and packaged, even without having a manufacturing company.
Amazing.
I know, right? And all this is aside the free export advisory services, free export license, free books and audio materials, to mention just a few.
Wow, thank the heavens I came down to the port today. I am definitely considering this. How can one get started?
Simply call 0809-124-4449 or visit www.globaltradecollege.com. You can also send an email to tradacademy@3timpex.com. Be a pal, own your own export business, and become an export legend today.
All right. If you can hear me, kindly indicate, please. Can you hear me? Hello, if you can hear me, kindly indicate, please. Can you hear me, please? All right, thank you, Francisca. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for joining again today. We're continuing our conversation on the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. I want to believe that this program has been of immense benefit to you, considering the fact that AFCFTA is starting in January, and Nigeria needs to get ready. Nigeria needs to get ready. And one of the ways we feel we can get ready, because we did a research as a company last year on ETLS, how Africa and how Nigeria has taken advantage of the ECOWAS trade liberalization scheme, a form of free trade agreement in West Africa. And we found out that the reason why a number of people have not taken advantage of ETLS was because we are not aware. And in the bid to bridge that gap, that's why we started this series. We are already on part 7, and we probably are going to part 30 or thereabout, because it's going to be in series. After we finish exploring the product, we're going to also explore the market. We're going to go through all the African countries one by one. We're going to go through them one by one. From apart from, maybe we look at Nigeria for those, because some people join us from outside Nigeria. So we look at Nigeria also for those outside Nigeria that want to go into Nigeria. But we'll look at every countries in Africa, at least the 54 countries that have joined, that are part of this. And we'll be looking at what can we sell in those countries so that we can begin to prepare ahead to take advantage of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. Remember, we have a Telegram channel. People often ask, how do we get the recorded video? The recorded video for this session is available to you free of charge. It's available for you free of charge. And all you need to do is to join the Telegram channel. If you're on that Telegram channel, the message is dropped there every week. I'm dropping the link now. So if today is your first time of joining this program, please click on that link. I've just dropped it in the chat. Click on that link, and you can be sure that you'll be able to have access to not just today's video, but all the previous video. You know, it's on Telegram, and the beauty of Telegram is that all the previous editions, you can have access to it. Remember, this is the exploring the AFCFTA. We are maximizing the market in Africa under AFCFTA, and we are exploring the exportable product. And what we are basically looking at is, what has Nigeria what has Africa imported before? Those are the things Africa is still going to import under AFCFTA. What have Africa imported before? Those are the things Africa is going to import under the AFCFTA. Also, I would recommend you also join the network of practicing non-oil exporter. The board has been inaugurated, the executive council have been inaugurated, and the program will start very soon. So for those of us that probably are not aware, this program is this particular body is supposed to help you to be able to take advantage of the opportunity that you have in the export space. Take advantage of the opportunity, and that will be done through support services. That will be done through support services that you will get from the NPNEM, Nigeria Network of Non-Practicing Exporters of Nigeria. If you visit that website, you can register on their website. Also, remember, we have our Earn with Ease program. You can earn income by referring people to join the Diploma in Export Business Management or Export Trade Finance in preparation for AFCFTA or any other program. You get 10% of whatever it is they are paying to the American Institute of Extended Studies. That's the commission that the school approved for it to be given to those that are referring people for the program, American Institute of Extended Studies. So for the diploma program in Export Management or diploma in Export Trade Finance. And remember, the program designed to help individuals take advantage of the AFCFTA, acquire skill and competence to take advantage of the African market under the AFCFTA to the Executive Diploma in Export Business Management and Executive Diploma in Export Trade Finance from the American Institute of Extended Study. All right, thank you very much, everyone. Let's go into the business of today. So today we're discussing a couple of products. We are looking at about 5 to 7 products every week. So the first we are looking at today is called nitrogenous fertilizer. Nitrogenous fertilizer. Now, remember, and I keep emphasizing this every week, there is a company in Nigeria called, I think it's Notori Chemical. Dangote also is joining with the plant. A number of Nigerian companies are producing fertilizer. The implication of that is that to produce fertilizer is a lot of money. But remember, you don't have to be the producer of the product we are promoting for export under the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. You don't have to be the producer of the product we are promoting for export under the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. Nitrogen fertilizer, Africa import is about 1.58 billion. I'm happy to say that Africa is a net exporter of fertilizers. And for me, I'm not surprised at this. And the reason is because Africa housed a number of companies that are major oil producers in the world, from Nigeria to Angola to Algeria, to a number of other countries, South Africa and the like, that are into the production of crude, and from which fertilizer can be produced. So it's good to know that Africa is a net exporter of fertilizer. If Africa is importing 1.52 billion, it's because Africa has enough also locally. So if you want to export fertilizer, who are the buyers? South Africa, 21%, Zambia, 13.1%, Zimbabwe, 8.97%, Sudan, 5.98%, Morocco, 6.04%, Mozambique, 5.27%, Ethiopia, 5.14%, Tanzania, 4.79%, Kenya, 4.47%. So who are the exporter? Egypt, Algeria. Egypt is exporting 50%, a whopping 50% of the total export from Africa. So that means Egypt is exporting $1.4 billion of fertilizer. Because the total export is about 2.8, $1.4 billion fertilizer. Interesting. Interesting. $1.4 billion. That's amazing. Of fertilizer. That's telling you, and Nigeria is not doing so badly. At least Nigeria is on the radar. 7.94. South Africa 5.99. And a host of other African countries. Trend line is growing little by little. Between 1996 to 2018, the trend line showed that it's growing. Who are the competitors? Egypt, of course. Algeria, of course. Nigeria, South Africa, and Libya are the major competitor of this product. So if you are looking at exporting this product, the market are South Africa, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Morocco, Sudan, and the like. That's the buyers, and then the exporters who will be competing with you are Egyptians, Algerian, Nigerian, South Africans, and Libya. Now, you know, this particular one is of interest to me. It's of interest to me because there was a time that Nigeria was having an issue with Ruga. Ruga. And you know, sometimes you have good problem, but you don't know it's a good problem. In the sense that, whereas we should be thinking of how to ensure that our own, it doesn't mean someone from someone place you come and do Ruga in your place. Why can't you do the Ruga yourself for yourself in your place? and have your own colony by the state, for the people of the state, to be able to also produce cow. When you look at the fact that Africa is importing over $1 billion in cow meat, bovine is cow. Over $1 billion in cow meat is crazy. And look at exporters of this product. The total export is just about $100 million. So we are barely importing 10% of what we are barely exporting 10% of what we import. For me, I think cow meat is a huge business in Africa. I think we should be considering exporting frozen cow meat, bovine meat. And I think this should be a business that people should find it a lot easier to do. What you need to work around is, what are the requirements of the country that imports? By that, I mean, let me give you an example. If you are going to export meat to Egypt, Algeria, Morocco, Libya, it must be an halal product. Halal halal kind of meat prescribed by the Muslim law. Halal is an Arabic word that means permissible in terms of food. It means food that is permissible according to Islamic law. For a meat to be certified halal, it cannot be forbidden in Islam. It cannot be a forbidden animal like pork, for example. So, and then there are other requirements that is important for you to have, for you to be able to. Because if you look at this now, you will realize that this product is, the major buyer of this product are the Arab countries, not African countries. Not African countries. They are called them the MENA countries. You know, the Middle East and North Africa. So if you are able to sell in Egypt and Algeria, you might likewise be targeting some other countries in the Middle East. It says, Allah certification states that food or product are permissible for the follower of Islam, and no haram product or procedure is used while it is manufactured or being processed. Why it is manufactured or being processed. Why it is manufactured or being processed. So the idea here is this. I should be able to get this product certified, and there is halal certification can be done in Nigeria. I can see online in Lagos, in Ibadan, in Benin, in Calabar. Halal certification can be done. So that means I can get my product certified, and then be able to export to these Muslim countries, Muslim-dominated countries, where that certification will be required. I'm basically saying that, look, and besides that, also, you need to do your research. If I'm going to export frozen bovine meat, how do I keep it frozen in transit? There are materials, packaging material you can put it, and to remain like that for hours to be able to get to the final destination. If Africans are importing over $1 billion worth of cow meat, I think you should consider it for export. Because we have a lot of cows in Nigeria, and we can do much more, actually. That's why I said we have a lot of land. We can do ranches, cattle colony, ruga, whatever name you call it. What should be important is that every section of this country should be able to produce cow. And then we can export and generate foreign exchange. Amazing. So we should look at it from the positive side and see how we can export frozen bovine. Who is the major exporter in the $100 million export? South Africa. South Africa. South Africa. This is interesting. This is interesting. This is interesting. It's interesting for me because we need to take advantage of AFCFTA. And for me, frozen bovine meat is one of the hanging fruits that we can take advantage of in AFCFTA. Niger is buying, actually. Niger is buying. And that's very close by. But just look at what Egypt alone is buying. 61%. That's over $600 million. What? $600 million. Because out of the 1.01 billion, Egyptians alone are importing 61.1%. Amazing opportunity, I must say, that we can take advantage of as far as bovine meat is concerned. Remember, it's frozen bovine meat, and there are flights that can make this get there in hours as the world is opening up little by little. Then you can consider this. So, and remember, the beauty of this is that do your research. If you are thinking of this, if you are a farmer and you are looking at how to export chicken, fish, meat, any food item must be halal certified. And I don't think it's a very tough certification. Do your research and see how you can. But if you are going to go into Africa, take advantage of export of cow meat in Africa, you definitely cannot ignore the Arab countries, the North African countries, who are the major buyers. From Egypt to Algeria to Morocco to Libya, you can't ignore those countries. You can't ignore those countries. And it's also interesting that a country like Angola is buying. It's there to know that a country like Angola is buying, even though it's not in the North Africa, it's in the sub-Saharan Africa. We might not see some other countries here, but I'm sure they are buying. So we can see Egypt, we can see Algeria, we can see Morocco, we can see Libya also. I'm trying to check some other. Okay, we can't see Tunisia. I'm sure Tunisia also will be buying, probably not as much as the other country, but the Egyptian market is something I think everybody should eye, actually. I mean, for me, the volume Egyptian is buying is high. As I always say, anything that is food, I will be shocked if the trend line of any food item does not increase in Nigeria, in Africa. I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked. So you can see the trend line growing. You can see the trend line growing even within Africa. You can see the trend line going even within Africa. And you can see that if you look at this chart below, you can see that a lot of African countries are charging heavy duty. Those are the duty we are expecting that AFCFTA will eliminate. Can you see? Can you see 34 to 157%, 33 to 34%? Can you see? 20 to 33%. Can you see? I think it's only Egypt and is it Libya now that are not charging, that are a bit cheaper. Egypt and Libya, yes, that are charging 0%. Egypt and Libya. Can you imagine? Egypt is charging 0%, so it's fine, 0 to 5%. But AFCFTA is one of the AFCFTA will take away is the duty payment, which is the advantage of AFCFTA. And I'm sure that a lot of those cows probably are imported from outside Africa, not necessarily from within Africa. If I want to be an exporter of cow, who are my competitor? My major competitor is South Africa. Another competitor I have in the export of cow meat is Sudan. Another competitor I have is Ethiopia, and then Egypt, and then Mozambique, and then Mozambique. Dry legumes. Dry legumes. If you remember in secondary school at Greek, when you think of legumes, you are thinking of beans. And there are different kinds of that. Black eye beans, chickpea beans, kidney beans, lima beans, navy beans, soya beans, lentils. There's so many kinds of beans, so many. And you know, interesting, Nigeria produces a lot of legumes. So also Africa. But it's interesting to know that Africa is importing $1.04 billion in beans. Now, Nigeria has had issue with beans. And the reason for the issue Nigeria had with beans was mainly because Nigeria was exporting beans at a point, and the beans were banned by EU simply because, and not just for Nigeria, I think a number of other countries in Africa and other parts of the world, but Nigeria in particular, the preservative for beans that is being used then was called diclovers. Diclovers is a chemical substance that is supposed to be used to kill weevils in the bid to preserve the beans. People pour so much diclovers. I think we're supposed to have about 0.03 microgram, and we're doing over 0.4 milligram, thereabout. So we're not just doing microgram or milligram per kg. And that was the major challenge. Now, the sanitary and phytosanitary measures in Africa, I'm not privy to it yet. Immediately I have access to it, I will also talk about it on this platform. But those sanitary and phytosanitary measures is going to stipulate what kind of chemical will be acceptable for you to use for beans and what is the level expected. But the level I quoted was for the EU. So I'm basically saying that as much as possible, we need to work towards taking advantage of exporting beans product. And I mean different kind of beans. It doesn't matter what kind of beans it is. Different kind of beans, actually. Different kind of beans. There are so many types of beans. And the number of them produced in this country, across Africa. So many kind of beans. So many kind of beans. So many kind of beans that have huge potential in the export market. So what we must do is to partner with farmers. And the beauty for beans, if you are going to export beans, don't think of only doing it yourself. Always remember the idea that, look, I don't need to be the producer of this product. I just need to partner with a viable source. Where is the viable source? The farmers, to be able to produce for me. So if you're not a farmer, let the farmer do their job, but partner with them. But be careful to ensure. Now, there's something I need to also mention here. If you want to do beans export and you're looking for a way to preserve the beans, there is a guy I can link you up with. The company is called CropSafe. CropSafe. This guy has done amazing research on how to use inert gas. For those that do chemistry, we understand what I mean by inert gas. For how to use inert gas to preserve beans, and how to use biologically friendly process to preserve beans. So if you want to export beans, not just to Africa, even to other parts of the world, and you want to ensure that so that's why you must do a little bit of backward integration to work with farmers, maybe in form of an outgrower scheme, so that when they harvest, you have access immediately, and they can apply this process immediately, so you can prevent the farmers from putting sniper. So sad, but that's what happened, sniper. And a number of things. And by the way, is it not interesting that what is eaten in Africa, some countries are rejecting it? Why will a country say they don't want diclovers? The reason is because it's been said that if you eat a product that have that chemical for too long and you have it accumulated in the body, it can predispose to cancer. It can predispose to cancer. And because of the predisposition to cancer, Europeans say they don't want it. Should we want it in Africa? Of course not. Of course not. So what I recommend is if you must cook beans, please, the same thing they do for our local rice, parboiling and decanting the water, parboiling and decant the water, and then complete it. I know you will have removed some of the sweetness, but you will have also successfully removed the impact of diclovers or sniper. If you are doing more and more and you remove the bark, perfect. You have significantly reduced the impact. But eating it directly, I don't think it's safe. 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 Please, that might be helping someone to prevent accumulation of these chemicals in your body. Okay, who are the major buyers of this product? Egypt. What? Egypt. And then Algeria, still not Africa. And then going to East Africa now, Kenya. And then another North African country, Morocco. And then another Southern African country. Is it Southern or Central now? Angola. And then Libya, North African country. And then Sudan. Who is the major buyer of beans? Egypt, the Egyptians. The Egyptians and Algerians are your best market. They are doing 50%. About 50% of the import of beans is to Egypt and Algeria. Will someone be thinking of beans? Will someone be thinking of beans? Will someone be thinking of beans? Imagine the export of beans, less than $1 billion, 686. Who are the competing countries to consider? Egyptian also do not just import, Egyptian also export beans. Ethiopia, Uganda, Mozambique, and Sudan are your major competitor. I think a good partnership with farmers to be able to do this would be a very good one for this particular sector. I'm hoping that someone will consider beans export. Plastic lid. That's the cover of bottles. Cover of bottles. Plastic lid. That is cover of bottles. Plastic lid. That is cover of bottles. You know, when you see these water bottles or bottled waters, or you see this, any plastic container that have a cover, plastic cover, the lid, they have different sizes. The lid. There are companies producing it in Nigeria and other African countries, but Africa is still importing as much as 1.9 billion. And the export of Africa is just a quarter. 1.9 billion. Plastic lid, oh. And it's interesting to know that Nigeria still import plastic lid of 4.2%. I need to investigate Morocco. Morocco is doing 12.4. I'm wondering, what is Morocco doing with plastic lid? What is Morocco doing with plastic lid? Because they are doing about 12.4% into Africa. 12.4% into Africa. South Africa is importing 10%. Algeria 5%, Angola 4.8%, Nigeria 4.2%, Sudan 4.2%, Ghana 3.61%, Senegal 3.39%. This is kind of product you want to partner, as I often recommend, that is the kind of product you want to partner as much as possible to be able to partner with whoever it is that is producing locally that you would like to partner with to export, and you already see the country that are importing it. But to see that Africa is doing 2 billion is also interesting for me. That Africa is doing 2 billion is also very, very interesting for me. That speaks a lot. That speaks volume. That speaks a lot. That speaks volume. The quantum of volume of this item that is being imported. I know maybe because of water, that might contribute. Please, if you are just joining, if you have questions as we go along, just drop your question in the comment box, and then I can just address it as we go along. If you have comment question, kindly drop it in the chat box as you go along. Kindly drop it in the chat box as you go along. Who are the major exporters? Exporting the $508 million of plastic lid. The major exporter of this item include South Africa, Kenya, Egypt, Cote d'Ivoire, Mauritius. The trend line shows that the volume is growing. The volume is growing and growing so well. So your competitors are also the exporter, and these are South Africans, Egyptians, Kenyan, Togo, Togolese, and Mauritius. So, yes, I think someone dropped a comment. Please link me up with the crop safe. Okay, Blessing, you can chat me. Blessing, you have my number, so you can chat me. I can get it across to you. So you can talk to the crop safe guy. I can get you across to the guy. The guy is doing amazing work. I'm impressed with what he has done so far in that space. He has done so much in that space to be able to fix that problem from the time that Nigeria started having that problem till now. Toilet paper. Oh my God. Toilet paper. Toilet paper. Is that not interesting? Is it not interesting to is it not interesting to have toilet paper? You know, each time you think of this, just always remember that, look, there are opportunities. What has happened is that we've just, for one reason or the other, have not taken advantage of those opportunities. That's what I think, and I think we need to really, really do something about this as a country, actually. As a country, actually. Because if you look at the volume of toilet paper, the volume of toilet paper that Africa is currently importing, that speaks volume, that speaks a lot for me, that look, we actually have huge opportunity in this space, but you know, much food is in the tillage of the poor. With all the trees in Africa, with all the rainforests in Africa, it's amazing that this quantum of toilet paper is being imported. That this quantum of toilet paper is being imported. Should this be even imported in the first place? Should it be imported in the first place? But alas, 1.14 billion of import is being done. Like I often say that some of these imports are not necessarily from outside Africa. Some of them are from within Africa. As you can see that Egypt is already exporting. So some of them might be from within Africa sometimes. So the fact that it's an export, sorry, it's an import does not mean all of them are being imported from outside of Africa. But if you are thinking of, I know of someone doing paper products in Nigeria and a number of other companies doing that. So South Africa is a market you want to consider, that you want to look at, to take advantage of. Morocco is another market that is very, very much interested doing a lot of import of this product. Then Kenya, another very interesting market. Ghana. I'm sure the reason why Nigeria volume is low is because of the fact that a number of Nigerians are producing this paper product already. Because when you look at the population of Nigeria, vis-a-vis the amount being imported, in my opinion, there's a discrepancy. But I understand the fact that there are so many companies producing toilet paper in Nigeria. Major market to consider for export or competitor is Egypt again. Now, I don't know if you noticed something. For most products in Africa, major importer and major exporter are the top economy in Africa. Who are the top economy in Africa? Number one, Nigeria, South Africa, Algeria, Morocco, and Egypt. And Egypt. 3 North African countries out of the 5, 3 are in the North Africa or northern part of Africa, and then the remaining 2 are in sub-Saharan Africa. So I'm just trying to say the reason why you should not be surprised you see some countries recurring. And this is also the reason to let us know that, look, a lot of countries in Africa, we need to rejig their system to take advantage of the AFCFTA. All of us. Apart from these few countries, most countries in Africa all need to prepare, including South Africa. And a lot of countries are getting ready with different engagement programs in order to be able to take advantage of this unique opportunity in Africa to reduce inequality, to reduce poverty, and to reduce hunger. That's taking care of MDG 1, 2, and 9. And that's our objective also as a company, that through our sorry, someone is dropping. Okay. So for me, the idea is we need to get a lot of people into export, but we need to look at it from the perspective of value-added export. And more importantly, not just value-added export, we need to also look at it from the perspective of contract manufacturing, so that it can be produced for me in my brand. I can be pushing my brand around the world because the product is manufactured for me in my brand. The product is manufactured for me in my brand. That way, I can ship in my brand products that are not necessarily manufactured by me, and use that to test the market, to prove the concept before I can do backward integration to set up my own factory, if I think it's necessary, even though I think it's not. Tissue paper, of course, you expect the trend line to keep growing, of course, and the reason is very obvious, very, very obvious. It will keep growing because these are things used by humans, and we have very growing population. They are not industrial products, they are consumer products. Remember the competitors: Egypt, South Africa, Cote d'Ivoire, Tunisia, and Angola. So just notice consistently how the North African countries, and that's why some of these North African countries don't see themselves as Africa, even though they are interested in the AFCFTA. They look themselves as the part of the MENA countries and do a lot of business with the countries in the Middle East. Tea. Someone asked me about tea some time ago. I don't know if the person is here today. So this is tea. So please, if there are products you have in mind and you want us to explore, you can drop them on the number that will be showing at the end of this program when we are playing the videos. You can chat those numbers and drop the product, so we can ensure we cover the scope that we believe strongly are things that Africa can produce but currently import, and check out what the potential is on the African continent. So look at tea, for example. Tea. You will think that Africa does not drink tea. But I'm sure the tea comes to us in finished product. The tea comes to us in finished product. Because if you look at what Kenya is doing doing 77% of tea export from Africa. 77%. And I guess a couple of that tea are raw. And it's good to know that Africa is a net exporter of tea. Garuba, please, the number we show at the end of this program, just drop it there so it won't be lost, so we can have this information. Coconut product, we'll consider that also. Thank you. Who are the major importers of tea? Egypt, Morocco, Togo, Kenya, Ghana, Mauritania, Senegal, Algeria, South Africa, Sudan, even Nigeria. Someone say vegetable and honey. The number please drop it on that number. I just sent you a number now. Drop it via WhatsApp or SMS to that number, please. I want to ensure we don't forget. Okay, someone also put herb and spices. Someone put snacks. Herb and spices and then snacks. So Egypt, Morocco, Togo, Kenya, Ghana, Senegal, Algeria, South Africa, and the major importer importing over 40% is still North Africa. North Africa is like Egypt is the winner in our session today. It's like Egypt is the winner in our session today. Because it appeared to me, we have done rice, Mr. Talabi, we have done rice. If you go on the platform, you probably see it from the previous video. We have done rice in the past. We have done rice in the past. So Kenya is the country to beat as far as the export is concerned. Africa is importing a lot of cheese. So you can see the trend line growing very well. And the competitor is mainly Kenya, Malawi, Uganda, Tanzania, and Rwanda. But I think the way Nigeria can take advantage of the tea section is some of the herbs. I know of a company in Nigeria that does hibiscus tea, ginger tea, moringa tea, and which other tea now? Cinnamon tea, a number of herb teas. Apart from the main green tea itself, which I think is one of the major things that Kenya exports, I think we can leverage on the other area, other kind of teas that have been exported by other that have been imported by other countries in Africa. Before we close today, let's look at our last product. Last product is rolled tobacco. Tobacco. Rolled tobacco. Tobacco have many uses, from relieving of, apart from smoking, from relieving of allergen into natural mosquito repellent, first aid, clear nasal passage, and a host of others. But the major use is in smoking. Nigeria is a major exporter of that product already. And the major buyer in Africa is Libya, Somalia, Morocco, Guinea, South Africa, and Egypt. Major seller is Nigeria. I think BAT, British American Tobacco, is probably the company that is driving that. They are the company driving that in Nigeria. Yes, BAT, yes. They are the one driving that in Nigeria. So one company is responsible for that volume that Nigeria is doing. South Africa, Kenya, Senegal are major also competitors in this space. Major competitors in this space. The trend line is growing. The trend line is growing because it's a consumer product by human beings, and the demand is also growing so much. Demand is growing so much. All right, I will expect your question now as we round up. So drop your question as we round up for today.
And so as manufacturers, producers and importers, there are solutions to your foreign exchange challenges.
Awesome. Hello, I'm Sandra, Comfort Zone Manufacturing.
Mr. Frank, Amigo Manufacturing.
Fantastic presentation, by the way.
Thank you.
You sounded so confident in your presentation. How are you coping with the current economic recession in the country? You know, as manufacturers we are largely dependent on local market. Many of our finished goods are piled up in the warehouse. Because demands from buyers have reduced, what do you think is the way out?
You are right actually, I'm also experiencing the same situation. The current decline is making it difficult to sell locally. But I'm already preparing to take advantage of the African Continental Free Trade Area, AFCFTA.
AFCFTA?
Are you not aware of the fact that the whole of Africa have come together to sign an agreement to trade together duty-free? And that means, after manufacturing my products I can ship it to 53 African countries without payment of duty.
Awesome.
Which is an extra market for me. This program is starting next year and I'm already preparing to take advantage of it.
Wow, thank you so much. How are you going about it? And how can I also prepare for it?
Well, I'm currently training myself and other staffs to take advantage of this. And I've found an executive diploma program in export business from the American Institute of Extended Studies to enable me achieve this.
This is great. Thanks so much for the information. How can I also enroll for this program?
To register for an executive diploma in export business management and take advantage of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement,
Simply call 0809-124-4449 or send an email to tradacademy@3timpix.com.
Okay, someone dropped a comment. Okay, said, kindly assist me with the Telegram address. That's Moses. Moses, I've dropped a Telegram address for you. I've dropped a Telegram address for you. Okay, Yinka raised up her hand. Rinka, I've unmuted you. Please ask your question. Hello, Yinka, can you unmute yourself so you can ask your question, please?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you raised up your hand in error?
Yes.
Hello? Did you raise up your hand in error? All right. So I'll wait for other question and comment, please.
Welcome, sir. This is the second time I'm coming to see you. I need to know how to go about this export business. Please do relax, sir. With all due respect, I need to see a manager. You guys need to be able to give me enough information about this export business. I'm sorry, sir. The bank is a financial institution. We offer financial advice to the best of our knowledge. This is just waste of time. My manager might be able to give you some recommendations. Please do hold on. Hello, sir. please do come with me to my office. So I was told you needed information on export business. Well, sir, a lot of opportunities have passed by me in the past few months. I have received so many orders for my product and services abroad, I just don't know how to go about it. Well, it's a good thing you came here today. One of Nigerian's foremost trade consulting firm 3T Impex now provides export support services for both intending and existing exporters. Really? Support services like, well, name it. Export market advisory, export product advisory, export skill acquisition e-learning, export pricing advisory, export contract advisory, export paperwork advisory, export finance advisory, to mention just a few. Wow, this is like a dream come true. How do I contact them to know more? Simply call 0809124449 or send a mail to tradacademy@3timpex.com. Export service designed just for you. Subscribe to 3T Export Support Services now.
All right, so I can see a couple of questions. Someone said, you talk about bovine meat. Do you have an idea of the firm that are into it and all that one need to do? No, I don't have all the information sincerely. What I basically do through this platform is to make available as much information at my disposal for each product so that I can serve as a foundation for you to do further research for you. So what I think you can do is to Google who are those that do halal certification in Nigeria, to partner with them and see how they can certify your meat products. So that means you must have a location where the cow is being killed and taken care of, processed correctly and frozen before export. But it must be halal certified if you are going to be able to target the major buyers, who are the North African countries, which are mainly Arabs. Someone said, how can we get branding for our product without owning a factory? How can we export meat? Now, getting branding for your product, I can link you up. There's a lady that is helping with branding in Nigeria, import different items, and they can advise you and give you options for you to be able to package and brand. Do you mean packaging and branding, or branding alone? If it's branding alone, you need okay, I can link you up someone with branding anyway. For branding, I can also link you up. If you chat that number, Sulaiman, I just drop a number for you now. Chat that number. Let's discuss further on that. I can link you with that. So Sulaiman, I've just chatted you privately. Chat me on that number. How can we export meat? How can we export meat? I know if you are going to export processed meat in Nigeria, apart from the halal certification, you definitely need to talk to NAFDAC. You definitely need to talk to NAFDAC because you are processing food, actually. You are processing food, you talk to NAFDAC. And then you need to get, I think NAFDAC will be able to advise best on this. I think you should just talk to NAFDAC. Apart from the halal certification, talk to NAFDAC, please. Is the same name, African Export Business Platform, is the name. The name, no, yes, that's the name. Yes, that's the name of that link. The link we sent to you, the name is African Business Export Platform. Yes, Moses, you are correct. Very correct. Very, very correct. All right, keep your question coming.
Wow, man, you are doing quite good.
You are not doing bad yourself.
How is your business doing these days, with the economic decline here and there? You don't look like you are being affected at all.
Well, it's affecting everyone. I just found a way of, expanding market for my services.
Really? Tell me more.
Let's talk in my office. So basically, I found a way of taking my services to other countries in the world. Hence, I don't have to depend so much on the current economic situation in our country.
Oh my god, this is awesome. But how did you go about it?
Well, thanks to 3T Impex and American Institute of Extended Studies, I was able to acquire skills and competence to take my skills to the world through Executive Diploma in Service Export Management.
That's just great. Is this program just for everyone? You know I'm not into ICT service like you.
Well, the following services and many more can be exported. They are ICT, professional services, management consulting, marketing, training and education, engineering and architectural services, entertainment services, customer services and call center, graphics and photography, HR-related services. Don't get me started on the benefits. Earning in foreign exchange, increased sales volume and so much more.
I'm not waiting to hear more. I'm calling 08036522946 right away.
You can also send a mail to tradacademy@3timpex.com.
That's it. I'm signing up right away.
To sign up or know more about our services, simply call 08036522946 or send a mail to tradacademy@3timpex.com.
Aisha, I've dropped the link for you. I guess you're asking for the link to the Export Business Platform or the African Export Business Platform. I've dropped it for you.
Hey Paul, what a surprise to see you in the port, of all places.
Life is full of surprises, I guess.
You and your sense of humor. I came to relax at the riverbank before I sighted you. So, what on earth brings you to the port?
Actually, I came to oversee the export of my products.
You must be joking, right?
No, I'm not.
When did you start producing? Not to talk of exporting?
I actually started some few months ago. I now produce and export processed food items. And basically I am here to oversee the shipment myself.
Wow. It's been barely 15 months since I last saw you. Won't you tell me how all this happened?
Of course I will. Let's go grab a sit.
So how did you become an exporter in such a short time?
Well, the last time we met I told you of my plans on exiting paid employment. So I was looking out for a business to go into. A few weeks later, I came across a training program organized by 3T Impex Trade Academy, one of Nigerian's foremost trade consulting companies.
Really?
Yes, the training is tagged From Export Novice to Export Legend.
Sounds great. Tell me more.
After 6 months, I completed the Diploma in Export Business Management. And in another 6 months, I successfully produced and packaged, even without having a manufacturing company.
Amazing.
I know, right? And all this is aside the free export advisory services, free export license, free books and audio materials, to mention just a few.
Wow, thank the heavens I came down to the port today. I am definitely considering this. How can one get started?
Simply call 0809-124-4449 or visit www.globaltradecollege.com. You can also send an email to tradacademy@3timpex.com. Be a pal, own your own export business, and become an export legend today.
Someone is asking a question. Which of the product is the cheapest to start with as a beginner? I won't be able to say which of the product is cheapest to start with as a beginner, sincerely. It all depends on what you are looking at in terms of investment. I won't be able to answer that question, sincerely. But I know that if you want to start export, a 500 to 1 million naira might be good enough. But I always recommend people raise up to 1 million. If you have to partner to do it together, that would be great, so that you can be able to, at least, depending on the volume of what you are shipping out, Thank you very much for listening again today, everyone. This is Street Imperial Academy Import-Export platform. And the objective of this program basically is to contribute our own quota to grow trade in order to reduce inequality, reduce poverty, and also reduce hunger, supporting the Sustainable Development Goal of the United Nations. See you next week. Have a wonderful weekend. And bye-bye. Thank you very much.